Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Logical Heroes. I'm Mitch, aka Bacchus.
I'm Trevor.
And today, we got a special thing that we're going to be trying out. We're going to be trying this weekly, every Friday. Maybe we'll put in a second episode on Wednesdays, depending on the news. But we are going to be now doing discussions every, maybe Wednesday, we'll see. Every Friday as well, though, we'll do an end of the week discussion, discussing all the news and stuff that me and Trevor text each other about all fucking day, every day.
We'll complain about, yeah.
Pretty much, right? So this last week and stuff like that. Actually, before I get started, if you want to drop a like and subscribe down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. Bringing you content almost every day of the week. We also got Discord, Twitter, Patreon, Instagram. Oh my God. Support us on Patreon. You guys get content without edits, and on top of this, we have a kind of an idea that we'll be seeing for the discussions. We haven't really figured it out yet, so we'll get into that soon. But normally for our reactions, you guys get it unedited, and you guys get it a few days earlier than you would on YouTube. So today, Trevor and I, you guys haven't seen it yet, but we did a reaction to Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cute today. I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was anything amazing. There was a few things that I was like, it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? It didn't get me in the holiday mood somehow like Cuphead did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like because I watched Cuphead,
It got you there?
it got me in the mood. So then when I watched this, I was already kind of like, all right. Because if you watched us before, we were fighting over, I'm like, it's too early to watch something Christmas. But once like we were about to start, it hit me. I'm like, I fucking love Christmas. This is going to be fun. So I was already in the mood for this. But I do what you mean. I know what you mean. Like, it's not going to like, you can't just watch this and it will solely get you hyped for Christmas. Because it's not really a like big put together movie. It's just a little like short story to show us where they are that happens to be Christmas themed, right?
Yeah. And it more or less too, like, I was hoping that we'd be getting more of like the other characters. I know that the whole thing was supposed to be like Drax and Mantis. I understand that, but it was almost like I felt like they missed a lot. Do you know what I mean? I felt like they could have done a lot more with this Christmas special, and to me, they just, I don't know. It just seemed, not to say that it is, but it seemed half-assed to me. I don't know what it was.
That's like, people might get mad when you say it like that. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It was still like well done, but yeah, they could have done a lot more. Especially when we saw what's it called, the Night of the Werewolf? What's it?
Yeah.
So, like that, you
Werewolf
could
by
tell
Night,
that
I
was
think.
like Werewolf by Night. That's how it was. Like, it was passionate. Like, you could tell that they really put shit into that.
Yeah.
The costume designs, like all that stuff. It was great. And then this was just like, it's kind of like cheating in a way because it's James Gunn. They're using a Christmas theme, which is like, how are you gonna hate on that? And it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was kind of just like, all right, let's use these two characters that are the cheapest ones to technically use, like less CGI and all that, and let's just get them to travel to Earth and do most of the story, and then come back and we just see like little hints of Rocket and Groot. Where I would have liked to see, say, they all just completely ditch if they ditched Star-Lord and the rest of the, like, everyone else as a group went, and we saw all of them, like, be like, this is what Earth does in Christmas, and then they stole Kevin Bacon, and then went back, I feel like we got more, but they more just focused on those two, and then, which they had their reasoning, because they wanted to use Mantis more so they could do that whole thing at the end, and make Peter feel less lonely. But I do know what you mean when you say they could have done a lot more and risked a lot more and set up a lot more.
For me, it didn't even need to be set up. To me, like, I wasn't expecting like, oh fuck, they're gonna bring in another bad guy for like, I didn't expect them to bring in the next villain for their movie. You know what I mean?
Not villain, but I thought like potentially build up a story more.
Okay.
But I do like what they did.
I like
But
the
yeah,
comedy. I like the comedy in it. I thought it was cute. I thought everything like that. But I also think the reason why I like you were saying, is maybe because Star Lord wasn't in it. Like it was just
yeah.
he was just there to kind of be that one main piece, but he wasn't used as the main piece, right? He's
Hmm.
the main plot. He is the point of the story, but really in essence they didn't really use him. And to me it was like, and I think also maybe it's because James Gunn was the one that did this, and I was like, oh fuck, like I'm a big fan of James Gunn. Like I think he's gonna be able to make something special here. And to me it just felt very like 1, 2, 3 and done. You know what I mean?
Feel like they didn't. They're just like, hey, James Gunn, can you make like a little Christmas thing? And he's just like, yeah, sure. But I don't think they had like much time, or they gave him much like freedom. You know what I mean? Like they would have for one of his movies. They're just like,
Yeah.
because that's the whole thing with Disney Plus right now, and
Do you feel,
it was
before
the
you keep going, do you feel that like these people don't have freedom when it comes to the writing of what they're doing? Like their own projects seem like to me, like there's stuff in there. I'm like, James Gunn wouldn't focus on this. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem,
yeah.
his name is on it, but I feel like it's not him that did it.
It just he doesn't have much to work with. It's more like because it's the Marvel world. There's only so much you can do. Where when you watch him, make something for like uh the Suicide Squad and
Peacemaker.
what's the fucking Peacemaker, you can really be like, okay, this is a really like type of humor and creative like shit going on. Where this felt more like, yeah, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but it just feels like typical Marvel
Yeah, yeah,
lately.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
But like to me, it's just like today, like I like the humor. I like that it was cute and everything like that. You got to see, like I understand that Peter is getting like away from Gamora's passing and stuff. Like he's still sad, and like it's also Christmas, and it was whatever.
I did like the animation parts.
I
Those are
was
kind of
actually
cool.
like, so when we watched it, I was like, what the fuck? Like why? Right? And then after like we took a break and everything and came back to do this, I did enjoy it too. I don't know why yet. It was just a weird thing that didn't need to be done, but they did it, and somehow I liked it.
It's just a way to bring back Yondu and show that he was like the father figure.
Yeah.
And I like how they all knew the story the wrong way. And Peter's like, you guys didn't hear the rest. Like, yeah, that was awful, him fucking destroying the tree and all that.
Yeah.
But in the end, I'm the reason why he likes the knickknacks. And he's also the reason why I have these cool plasma guns. And like, he went with it. He was a good father in the end. So that was cute. I like
And
that.
we also got now the confirmation that Mantis is Peter's sister.
Which makes sense.
No,
But they never really
100%.
said it.
Right? Like, I guess like their father poked both of their mothers, and that's how it is. So it's like, I like that. Do you know what though? Also, Mantis is pretty hot when she gets angry.
I don't know why. I kind of felt that too.
I was like, this
until
kind of
until
different.
she started fucking running on the walls and shit, and I'm like, I'm out. That's
When she was going like around, like jumping on the walls back
yeah.
and forth. No, it was an okay thing. I would give it. If I was to throw a number on it, I would give it a 6. That's where I kind of stand with it. I think that there was a lot more that could have been done. It felt like there's a lot more pathways or more things they could have added to it. I understand they only have a time limit to whatever it is, but to me, it was like, I really would have liked to see more of Star-Lord, more of Rocket. I would have liked to see Groot a little more.
The Rocket though we're gonna get to because I did hear that James is focusing the last movie more on Rocket and that it's kind of like his
Really?
story. Yeah, that's what
Go
I
into it.
heard.
Go into it. Go into it. I don't even know
Yeah,
what
no,
the fuck
that's
you're
all I
talking about.
really like. I know they have other stories set up, but I heard that he's gonna go into more of Rocket's backstory and
Oh,
kind of
see, I'd be
like
sick as fuck.
because he is one of the more interesting ones, and he's fucking like it is sad, and he does hide his pain with like being grumpy and a dick to everyone.
Yeah.
So I would like to see them like dig deeper into that. But I feel like when it comes to this shit, like this special, the reason they didn't use him or Groot and these other characters because it's like it's expensive, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to just put on these guys in a costume. They literally look like they're doing
Cosplay.
uh cosplay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I get it. Like, I really do. Like, I understand this is a special. It's not gonna be anything fucking crazy like a movie or anything like that. But to me, it was like, in all honesty, I think I would have rather like a Star-Lord and Rocket companionship going to do something crazy. You know what I mean? Like, they just took Mantis and Drax, and I was like, they're good characters. Don't get me wrong. They're one of my more favorite characters in the MCU now by far. But it's like, I don't know. Like, it just didn't grab me by the balls, and I was expecting it to. But it's also like the opposite. Like, going into this, I thought that it was going to be better than the stuff that I've been complaining about with the MCU. And then really, in essence, it's like the opposite, like I was saying. And then you have, so like, I was going in thinking it's going to be actually really good. Came out, I was like, yeah, it's okay. But then the Werewolf by Night, I went into being like, what kind of fucking hell am I getting this like into now? And then I came out, I was like, that was probably actually my favorite project they've done so far in Phase 4.
Yeah, that's been the best, I think, for sure.
That is Guardians of the Galaxy, the third movie, is that part of Phase 4 or 5? Do
I
you
think
know?
5. I hope it's not attached to this dog shit Phase 4. That's all I had to say.
It's just like, do you know what? We'll get into like a new topic in a second, just because of the stuff that happened this week. But it's just, I'm praying that they don't fuck up Guardians of the Galaxies, because really, in essence, this is something that's like, you're losing people. You know what I mean? Like, Ant-Man's not a heavy hitter, but somehow we're relying on him to give a good movie. Right? Like,
Which
the weight is on now.
man. Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, we got Kang and MODOK is in it too. And it's like, I'm really hoping that this thing hits, because if it doesn't hit, you're going to have a lot of like half and half fans, where I get there's fans that like you could literally just throw anything at them and they'll like it. But then the fans that have been complaining since the beginning of Phase 4, you got a lot riding on these upcoming movies, because not everything has gone to plan so far.
But they can change it around. Like, with good like character development and writing, they can make a shitty, boring character and make them like this hero, like, oh shit, I'm all that's left. This is serious shit going on. I now need to like push aside my insecurities and like all the joking around, and I gotta like be the hero. Which sadly, I feel like they just don't understand. They're like, we can keep joking and keep accidentally winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Ant-Man's not gonna. Like, I would love to see him be like, Cap's gone, Iron Man's gone, like, the life is about to end again. We just got it back. I miss my dog, and he goes OP and takes shit serious.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're gonna see him joke around, be like, "Oh shit, I accidentally just saved the world."
He's gonna be a goof.
Yeah, and it's sad, because like, you can make any bad character make you like. I'm pretty sure people hated Ahsoka Tano when she started in Clone Wars. And then later on, with character development and actually good writing,
that is funny, because that actually is a thing where they had.
And now she's a huge character, and people are they fucking love her.
Yeah.
And it's like I know what Marvel wants. They want that for all the new girl characters and the new characters coming in, but it doesn't seem like we're seeing movie after movie and show after show, and I'm just not. You're not interested. That's how I feel.
Well, funny enough, we're gonna move on to the next thing, which just ties right into what we're talking about, which is Bob Iger is back as CEO of Disney, right? So Bob Chapek is out, Bob Iger is in. People are saying this could be the new push that we need to fix the problems that we're having. Yeah. I don't think anything's going to change.
I love that people think one man is going to change the thoughts of like a whole organization. That's the problem. There's too many cooks. Like, this guy, technically he's the head guy and he's got the same. No, even the fucking president of the United States can't just be like, this is exactly how I want it. He's got to go through so many things and people. And that's what it is with these big companies. So the fact that they're like, hey guys, don't worry, the woke shit's like, in a sense, they're like, hey, we're kind of listening to you people. Like, we're getting this guy back where shit was good.
Yeah.
I think, even though I don't know a lot about it and exactly what they put out, I love the fact that they're announcing it like, hey guys, shit will get better. It's like, that's not how you earn our trust back. Well, let's actually see a difference.
Really, in essence, though, the fact that like when they brought him back, so like this is how I look at it. They were saying that there's gonna be layoffs and stuff like that when they brought him back in, and like Bob Chapek announced that. Okay, so when they announced that we're doing layoffs and our numbers are extremely low and stuff like that, it's like really, in essence, when Bob Iger left at the beginning of COVID, and now he's back. Bob Chapek has like just taken loss after loss after loss, right? They're not doing well with their numbers. They're letting people go, and really, in essence, Iger is not going to be able to change that. He's not going to be able to. And the thing is, as well, is Chapek is now fired, but the things he was doing is still going to come to Iger, but now Iger can now say, oh, I'm here, but there's nothing I can do about the stuff you was already doing. But after that, then we can do all the shit that we want to do. So you're still going to see layoffs at Disney. You're still going to see low numbers. The things that are made are already made. The writers that are with the shows are already there. So it's like, it is not going to be a fast fix.
Oh no, these things are always slow. If they do
it happens,
change, it's fucking slow as shit because they have to finish. Oh, these people are already hired from the last person.
Yeah.
And this is the people that are creating this content. He can't, because if he just fires and says no, you're full on just all that money's wasted, and now you're getting new people and a new idea. It doesn't work like that. They have to slowly, release the things and decide what to cancel. Like, it's not just like we're completely changing how we run this organization. I wish it was like that. Like,
no, I know.
Especially with DC and stuff, like when it's getting bad, or Marvel, and I wish they could just be like, okay, well, let's listen to you, let's go back to like the good stuff. But it's hard, it's like a wave of shit that's going on.
It is. And the thing is I get there's people that do like the MCU. They are an extremely passionate fan base, because hell, like sometimes like it's just like talking to a wall sometimes. If you guys like it, more to you. But the thing is, Trevor and I think after WandaVision came out, and I was like, there's potential. But then at the end of the series or the season, I was so pissed off at how it ended and how it really went nowhere, other than the fact that, oh, we have Agatha now, and now Vision is gone. But like, to me,
yeah, and we're gonna make a show with Agatha. That's why we they just kind of, they're just trying to do anything, and it's just like, we're not asking for this stuff, and we clearly aren't enjoying it. So why are we going in this path? But honestly, it's just money. They're like, we're gonna have this and that and that. It's all gonna be on Disney Plus.
But the money's not even coming in anymore. It's not coming in like it used to. And
that's what I'm saying.
And I'm glad you said that again, bro, because now we can move in to this topic that we're exactly talking about, which is the numbers of Wakanda Forever. Okay? So Wakanda Forever, first weekend at the box office, it didn't do as well as the first one. But on top of that, I didn't expect it to. Okay, you're missing Chadwick Boseman. Okay, like he's not there. I don't expect them to have the same numbers, and the marketing, in my opinion, was not the same as it was for the first. But the one thing that's happening now all the time, and I think this kind of makes sense. It's my theory on everything. I understand everyone that's Disney fans and everything, or Marvel fans, they think that everything is great and everything like that, and they shouldn't change anything. For me, the numbers show that they need to change something at some point. And the reason being,
for sure,
they're dropping on the second week way harder than they used to. Way harder. So, like Thor, Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, now Wakanda, it's all 60% drop-offs. Okay?
I bet, because we were good examples where we went the night of, like the first night, we'd buy tickets like a few weeks before, and we'd be talking nonstop about it, like giving each other theories and like, are they gonna do this from the comics? Do you think that storyline or that character? And then, as like, honestly, when Marvel just started dipping in quality and it just wasn't giving us like the hype, we stopped caring. We're like, oh, I don't care about seeing it 2 weeks later after. And I can't remember. I honestly can't remember the last time I went to an early screening for a Marvel movie.
No, not anymore.
And that's how so many people feel about it. Like, they feel the same way as us, even though a lot of the comments I feel like are horseshit, and people are, the one excuse you hear a lot are people are just like, I just don't like want to go into a negative. I just like Marvel, so I'll enjoy like everything they put out. But it's like, when did we stop caring about quality? I feel like that still matters. I like fucking Batman, but if they put out something that's just not enjoyable or fun or cool, I'm not gonna like. It's gonna make me not like Batman anymore. And that's what they're doing with all these fucking characters.
I totally agree with Quentin Tarantino when he said this is one of the worst ages of movies ever.
This is not even superhero movies,
no,
like just in general.
Like fucking Lord of the Rings broke my heart. I fucking hated. I didn't even last. I didn't even finish the series or the season. And I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah.
going. That's like how much money did they spend? Almost $1 billion they had to make back, like something crazy, right?
That's
And
their
I'm
only hype train for that was like, look at all the money we spent. Like, cool.
yeah,
Is
and
the story good? Does it like I don't know. I didn't even think it looked that good for the amount of money they spent. You know what I mean? I don't know.
well, on top of that, they're going against Game of Thrones as well. So it's like, and Game of Thrones, I enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed Game of Thrones. I thought it was actually really good. Like I was very
Yeah.
happy. I'm excited for the
House of
ending.
Dragons, you mean?
House of Dragon. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Um, the season finale, I was like, okay, we kind of did a little miss for me. Like I didn't hit where I wanted it to, but in a full scope of the whole season, I enjoyed House of Dragon. I really
That was
did.
really well done.
So like it is possible to make good series, good seasons. Just like give me something, because everything I watch now is just something poop.
That's true. That was such a rare like, especially after the sour taste in my mouth from the ending of Game of Thrones. So when House of Dragons came out, everyone's just like, please can. I feel like everyone in the world that was hyped about it coming out and watching it that night was like, please can this be like a good show that we can all get excited about again because it's so rare. That's why me and Mitchell are fucking anime nerds now
Yeah, because
because
like literally we
there's
had to.
nothing out there right now and we're like we need good like well-written cool characters and there's surprisingly a lot of good anime. If you haven't gotten the anime, I'd check it out if you're fucking bored with the shit we're seeing lately in like live action.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like without uh, television and movies dropping, we would have never gotten into anime. I really don't think we would have. But because
Yeah,
all
if Marvel was like still killing it and we were hyped and DC actually started to get a groove in things, we would have been too busy and we would have been like a different language animation. But
yeah,
the
yeah,
fact that
yeah, yeah.
like COVID hit and movies just went down and we needed like things to watch and new things to try, it just like opened up this whole new world to us, which is so crazy.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, all those series have just made my PP limp, and then
Yeah.
anime brought it
And
back.
whoop,
And
I'm
that's
like
not because of the
Viagra?
characters, okay?
Yeah.
Some, don't get me wrong. Some,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. But no, it's right now, it's just, there's a lot of shit happening at Disney, especially, where the numbers aren't getting to where they need to be. People are being let go, and all of a sudden it's like, now it's kind of panic mode. You know what I mean? And with these numbers, and the thing is, people say, like, I was reading some article where it's like, yeah, mid-six, like, I think Doctor Strange was like 68% drop off on the second week. I think it was that bad. And then there's like articles saying shit like, yeah, it's normal. Yeah, it happens. And it's like, no, like I'm pretty sure Top Gun dropped like a 30%, which is really good. Really fucking good. And the thing is too is like back when I get everyone's like, don't fucking compare Avengers to the stuff that's coming out now, but you should. You should be
Yeah.
comparing this shit because it's supposed
Movies should be compared to movies. It's just, like you
Yes.
can't always rely on the characters and the name.
Yeah.
You know, there's been so many just they're like Top Gun. I think destroyed every Marvel movie that's been out in
Big
the
time.
last like little bit. Like that was a good movie, and Marvel just they haven't been good movies. They're watchable
Yeah.
and there's fun moments, but like movie wise, it's just like it's going down.
But the thing is too is like this also should kind of ring a little bit for the casuals too, right? The thing I'm not even going to talk about like the fans. I'm just talking about the casuals and stuff like that. That drop off really means that the casuals aren't coming. The casuals
They
are
aren't
not
at
the
all.
ones that come in on the first weekend or the first night that it comes out. They're the ones that come out 5 to 7 days later, and they're not coming out anymore.
I feel like casuals now don't even know what's out
They
or
don't give a
what's
fuck.
going on. Like they have no idea. They're like, there's a She-Hulk show, Miss Marvel. Because
Yeah.
even I'm like struggling to keep up with it, you know? And don't get me started on watching them. They've all been a chore.
Yeah.
So to get me to watch it anymore, like Moon Knight was the most watchable one, that and Loki, but they all had the same like
Problems.
rhythm where it was just like we're holding off potential cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're teasing a little bit, but honestly, we're just making more of a filler show, and that's kind of the vibe for most of Marvel's shows lately. And it's sad, but it's also because Kevin Feige and them are just pushing everything too much. They're like, we need this and this and this and that. They can't even pay their animators. There's not enough of them, and they rely like solely on that stuff. And the world's only getting bigger and bigger, so we kind of need those people and need more money. But you're losing. I don't know. It just seems like they're going the complete opposite.
of where they need to be. No, I
Yeah.
totally agree with you, and it just doesn't look good right now because the numbers. To me, it's like they're not saying a lot. Everyone's trying to keep positive and stuff like that. Go through all the articles. There's always some twist on how they're going to take it, where they're going to tell you, like, oh, yeah, everything's okay. And then it's like, yeah, but it's not. How many friends do we have now that go and watch Marvel movies?
None.
They were all casuals, don't get me wrong. We have a friend group. A lot
But
of them,
whenever it was a big Marvel
they
movie,
would
they'd be
go.
like, "Hey, are you going to that?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, come." But ever since like they haven't been like that good, they haven't given a shit. They just stopped. And then now they hear me complain about it, and they're like, "Damn, if you guys aren't liking it, then we really wouldn't like the shit." And it's true.
No, 100%. And it's just, I don't know what it's going to take to change. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to happen anytime soon. I really don't. So whoever doesn't enjoy the MCU right now, I have a funny feeling that you're going to not enjoy it for a lot fucking longer, because really, in essence, one guy cannot create the change that is needed to get everybody back. Because the thing is you also don't want to lose the people, and I don't think you would, to be honest. You're not going to lose the people that are already there, that will take any content possible that has to do with a superhero, right? You throw a fucking cape on them, they're there. But the thing is you're losing people all the time, every movie. No one gives a fuck anymore about the TV shows. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I could care less. I used to look at, like, when WandaVision came out, I was looking up theories. I'm like, fucking, this is crazy. Mephisto's coming. All these people saying all this crazy Easter egg shit, and I'm like, nothing delivered.
No.
Nothing. And it's just like, I know, like, oh, Loki had, like, created this, and it's like, I don't care.
I was already done with like after like multiple shows of disappointment, but when they put out She-Hulk and they kind of just slapped our faces like to the fans,
Yeah,
like saying like, "Oh, let's just erase," like even though the plots were bad that they were trying to set up, they're just like,
bro,
"Let's ignore all that. Let's erase it all. This whole series was a waste of time and pointless in a sense." And they're just like, "Yeah, but girl power, She-Hulk, a woman directed this, cool. That's it." I'm like,
bro,
okay.
don't even talk.
That was the most political driven like woke shit Disney's put out since like, and the fact that I was seeing good reviews on it, I'm just shocked.
Dude,
I
this all
seriously,
bullshit. Are you kidding me? Like,
but then I
it
saw
was
audience
so
reviews
bad.
and the audience hated it.
Well, half. I actually know someone that enjoyed it.
That's crazy.
He's
I don't
gay,
know.
but he enjoyed. I'm not kidding. Like, he liked the aspect of, like, about it being about, like, females and stuff, and I'm like, how? It's horrible
If you
writing.
make
There's
them
no
cool
plot.
and
There's no
badass,
nothing.
if you make them cool and badass and like not hating on the other gender, then it works. But you're just
Hated on
like,
fans, bro. Fuck the other gender shade. Like,
yeah,
they literally fucked the
yeah.
fans over. Like, it was
They
that
really fucked over the
bad.
fan. And then they literally said the villain of the show is the Reddit men that hate the girls in Marvel now. And it's like, I hate that they just like think that everyone that's disliking that shit is just like men that never talked to girl before and that they hate that. It's like, no, I like I like girls that are badass and good writing. And like even Black Widow was a good
I
character
enjoyed Wonder
for a
Woman, the
while.
first Wonder Woman. I thought that was
Yeah,
a
like
good
Wonder
one.
Woman was the second one was dog shit, but the first one was good, and she was the main actor. The recent Predator movie was really sick, and it was based on the girl was a lead actor. But these Marvel characters, they're coming off. You know when they just come in. You know when you haven't met someone before and they come in acting like top dog, and they're
Yes.
just being rude. That's how every girl that they've been introducing is acting. Like
Yes.
she's literally talking shit to Hulk. I'm better than you. I struggle more. Men are stupid. I'm the best. And then they did the same thing with the new fucking Ironheart girl. She was like that in Wakanda movie. She was just like
Hey, she's better
rude
than
and
Iron Man
I'm
now, okay?
smart. And they just come off annoying rather than like capable of badass.
It's not.
And I feel like they don't understand the difference.
Well, the issue is that they refuse to give, and we're not going to get too much into the reason why. Like, in my opinion, I think they do female characters just wrong. They don't do them justice at all. Because the thing is
No,
that
they make it worse.
yeah, well, they make characters like female characters like they're allowed to go through hardship. They're allowed to struggle in these movies, and they never do. And they make the characters very one-dimensional, and they're
They make them
boring.
perfect from the start, and they're just like, I'm the best. I'm gonna do
I don't
this.
understand that. Like, and
And it's just like, yeah,
there's no
what, Iron
reason.
Man is cool as fucking. He's a fucking alcoholic. He's got ego issues. Like Captain America, he's like got the purest soul ever, but he's still insecure as fuck because he's always gonna be that skinny little boy. And and like, there's so much, and the fact that he's in this new time
Yeah.
frame. But yeah, they just keep making like, okay, we got this girl character. She's already capable and badass, and she's just perfect, and you guys just need to like accept that. And it's just like, what happened to character development? Like, come on,
Bro,
Marvel. I don't get it.
that's why I fucking hated Wonder Woman, the second one, where it's like they reverted back and made her all of a sudden she was good. She was good at everything when she was a kid. I'm like, no, she wasn't.
Yeah.
She
Like,
was
what do you
struggling.
mean?
She had to fight her way to get where she wanted to be. She fought
Mhm.
to become Wonder Woman, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I was born this way. And it's like, no, you fucking weren't. I hated Wonder Woman 2. I thought it ruined everything, and I thought like you guys had a good structure in the
Yeah.
first Wonder Woman, and then they fucking ruined it.
Just got real goofy and like forced.
And the
And the
ending was
first one
horrible.
was like an actual decent movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, especially compared to the shit now. It's a fucking 10 out of 10. Like, I don't know how to like
Yeah.
explain. Like, really, in essence, it's just we're not gonna we'll finish up here, but like the female characters need to be done better. There's a way to do it, and they're just not. And I can't understand why. There like literally there are like stories about these characters, and yet we just skip over the part where they had to just like struggle and get to where they needed to be and become the person
And
that
why
they
do we
are.
have to just erase the guys and be like, okay, yeah, we're better than Why can't you be like
Kevin
he
Feige
I
announced that though. He said that, like he that was his plan. I knew that was coming.
why can't they look up to like, I want to be like Steve Rogers. I want to be like, it's not bad. You can be your own person, but like they're the ones that put the groundwork and the ones why you are and why you have your personalities and why you want to be a hero. Why are you acting like you're tough shit, you know?
Well,
Even Spider-Man's still figuring his shit out. But because he's a guy, I don't know.
dude, like everything you're saying right now too has everything to do with Galadriel, like from Lord of the Rings. Like everything, like it is the same formula for every character that is female, and it's like you guys can give them an amazing story. You're not doing it justice. Women women superheroes, women characters of all, right? There is a way to make them good, and you just do exactly like you do the men, and I don't understand why. Make them interesting,
Yeah.
make them struggle, make them have like an actual character rather
That's the
being
biggest thing. What do they call it? A Mary Sue?
I don't know. I know what you're trying to say, but
It's like when a character is like just has everything and they're perfect, and you didn't see them work for or like or get to there. They're just like that. Where like we saw like Iron Man's the way they did Iron Man's character development and where
was
he was
fucking amazing.
amazing. And that's why when he died, you fucking everything he went through. Like, remember when Captain America's like, you're just a fucking like guy in a suit and armor. You don't care about people pretty much. Like, what are you gonna do when like it comes like it depends on you? And then we see him risk his life over and over again, and he just completely changed as a human and became that hero. And we don't see that with the girl characters.
No.
And I wouldn't mind. I would love to see that. We just don't.
Nope.
And it's been like what I feel like 6 girl characters in, and we keep adding, and there's not one that I can be like, she's gonna be the one. They all seem the same to me, honestly.
Well, it's the same formula. That's why.
Yeah,
Like, and
that's
the thing.
why. Yeah,
And it's like these characters. Like I know there's people that have issues with like, oh, there's too many female characters. I don't give a fuck how many you put in. Make at least
Make
one
them
of them
good.
good. That's the only thing that drives me nuts. I don't care how many you put in. Make them good. Don't get me wrong, I really don't like the Ironheart and the American Chavez. I think that was just like a trope to throw them in. I think they're D-list. Like, I don't know. To me, even Miss Marvel, I was like, there's more characters. There's more characters you could do. But there are like some of the characters that they brought in that are female. Like there is a ton of potential, and they never hit the mark. And I don't know. It's frustrating as fuck. But I think do you got anything left to say? I think I'm good on that front. But we got a bunch of more stuff. But we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And we're back. Back in black. No, I actually like doing these discussions now because I could just relax and just talk and not have to focus on anything that's on our screen. Are you the same way?
Nice.
No.
Yeah.
But all the stuff we've been talking about, really, in essence, I think thousands of people are talking about it. I know all the it's half and half right now. But another thing that happened this week as well is Kathleen Kennedy, who is...
Who the hell's that?
You really don't know who Kathleen Kennedy is?
I'm awful with names. Remind me.
She's the president of Lucasfilms.
I've seen that dork before.
Yep, she's the one that that drives me nuts about Star Wars, and she makes me sad all the time. So apparently they are thinking about letting her go. There are rumors that she is done after Indiana Jones, which I want to get into as well after, because I am not happy that they're making this fucking movie. But so what do you think about Star Wars at its moment? Because we never watched Andor. I watched episode 1 of Andor. That was it.
I can't. Me personally, like, I don't give a shit about the plot because I already saw the movie where all those people are dead, pretty much, in a sense. I just know when I know where the story ends and the characters that the show's gonna be based off,
you're not a prequel
aren't
man.
even. No, but these characters to me aren't interesting. I just couldn't. I appreciate what they did and that it was this whole we had to get together and we got to stop. But we've heard this story so many times.
No, I get it.
And I feel like I don't need to see how it came together. The fact that there was just like, this is what happened and I could just like kind of picture it. I don't need to see all this like boring talking like we need to walk over here to get these people to help us. And yeah, I just don't care. I don't know.
It's for me, I'm not going to say too much into it. I understand why that's more or less why you wouldn't get into it. So really, I don't have any reviews on it. I've only watched one episode. I've heard good things about this show. But funny enough, it was sieged by Lord of the Rings came out. I think She-Hulk was on while it was on. Game of Thrones was on. All this stuff was on. And it kind of shadowed it when you really think about it. No one was really watching. I don't know anyone that actually watched it other than the people online and the people that we talked to. But it's like...
This is a hard sell.
It is a hard sell. 100%. I hope to get into it because apparently it has great ratings. Obviously, you can't fucking trust anything anymore when it comes to Star Wars, Disney, anything like that. But it is something that I'd actually like to get into. But in a whole with Disney and Star Wars and Lucasfilms, I have not been happy with it. And also, I don't like Kathleen because you are the president and you are the face that I'm going to throw a pie at when I have an issue, right? If I have a pie, I'm going to throw it at you because you're the head. You are in charge of it. You're the one that's going to take the brunt of everything. And
you know what?
What?
Did you have you seen clips and stuff from it? Like how it actually looks? Because it looks really good.
It looks like fucking Blade Runner.
And if you've seen, well, yeah, we've watched the shows, fucking Boba Fett and fucking Obi. Those just didn't look like they put much into it, and I'm just like,
no, that was disappointing.
Why are you giving this much money and like care into like a storyline that honestly you didn't really need to show or add? And then those two shows that should have been like the biggest fucking things in the last few years, like they honestly should have been better than Mandalorian. And the fact that Mandalorian is still like 10 times better than any of those shows, I don't understand like the thinking, and why didn't they use the game plan of Mandalorian? Like, holy shit, people really liked what we did here. This was a hit.
Let's do
and then they just completely let's do the opposite.
No, you're so right because let's even go into the movies and stuff like that. I actually liked Rogue One. I did. That was the one that I liked.
I did like Rogue One. But that's why I don't care about this. Because I liked Rogue One and I saw enough.
No, I get it. Episode 7 was fine. I thought it was a good introduction into the series. Episode 8, I am the one that did not like The Last Jedi at all. I did not like any of it. And I know it's very half and half when it comes to that. And Episode 9, it's also too like... I get it was rushed because there's so much he had to put in and they brought JJ back. Not a fan of JJ anymore. I used to be, but it's just everything so far with Star Wars to me has just not hit. And you really needed to, especially if you have such a big list. Obviously, their cartoons are hitting. Don't get me wrong. Like the
Yeah.
Bad Batch, I actually went back to. I stopped and went back, but that was great. Some of the side stuff that they're doing, like when they turned it into an anime, that was
That
fucking
was cool.
sick. Right? We didn't finish yet the new stuff, the legends or the stories or whatever they were putting in. We never finished that one yet. We'll get to it at some point, not for reaction purposes, just for my pleasure. But really, in essence, I think that Kathleen needs to go because she is ahead of everything. I don't like the way Lucasfilms is doing their stuff. And if you have such a big plan for Star Wars, and people are already getting pissed off, okay? People are already starting to teeter off on stuff. And I hope they don't look at Andor and be like, the numbers are bad for this one. Because really, in essence, your marketing was just shit for it. And I think it just got
But to
smothered.
think about it from a point of view, like if you don't like Star Wars that much, what would grip you into something? It's normally the cool looking characters, like with
lightsaber.
the helmets, a lightsaber. So if you're just watching this show, you see commercials, you're literally just seeing characters you probably never seen before. They just look like random people.
Yeah.
They look fucking broke. They're just shooting guns and they're talking. And if you don't care about Star Wars or you're not that like big into dorky stuff, you're not gonna care about that show.
No.
And that's why I'm just like, why did they put so much money and care into that one when it should have been like even casuals were watching Obi-Wan and
My fucking dad watched it.
and Boba Fett because those are
Yeah.
just like everyone knows those characters even if you aren't like a big fan, and everyone's curious. They're like, oh, I want to check that out. Disney Plus, sure, I'll check it out. But as soon as it's not good, people just stop caring. And this one, even with you saying the advertisement wasn't that good, it's like, good luck. I don't think it's gonna do well at all.
No, I don't.
Or
Well,
it's
it's
not.
done now, right? Season finale is over, and it's like I don't know how the numbers are going to be, but from what I've read, they're not great, and I think that that's going to be a big hit on them. I don't know as much about their projects as maybe some other people do, because really, in essence, they got to come out with a movie again, right? They got to start pushing for another movie. I don't know what it's going to be. But it's for me right now. If they were to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy and get the sour taste out of everybody's mouth for Star Wars, because really it's very divided. There's a lot of people that like Boba Fett. There's a lot of people that liked Obi-Wan. Trevor and I think we can both agree that we didn't exactly like those series. I think they missed a ton of shit and they just did not hit properly with us. Like you said, Mandalorian. What does it come out in February?
That's what I'm excited about. Even the trailer 3 looked,
Hey,
it hyped me
you
up.
want to say you're excited? I'm fucking nervous.
Well, I'm nervous
Right?
because that's the only thing we have pretty much left. Like, I watched Mandalorian not even liking Star Wars that much or caring, and that's what got me into the Star Wars world. I'm like, forget like this was just a good show. Like
Yeah.
it was so well done, and I hope they continue with that. But what they did with Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, which came out afterwards, after all the hype and they were doing well, it's just like, ugh. Now it's like we're downhill. It's like, where are we? What are we gonna do? Hopefully it keeps up to the standard.
I actually don't know what new projects are coming. Anyways, but no, it's I hope she gets canned. I think I've been harping on her pretty hard for the last like 2 years, just being like, get her the fuck out of there because it's not working, and it's getting. They're just missing the mark every time.
I just wouldn't even take it. I would like as a business standpoint, if it's not even if like it's a fucking coach for football or soccer, if it ain't fucking working, you fire and you hire someone that can do the job, or you at least try other options. You know.
Yeah, and right now, so this is Lucasfilms, right? She's the president of Lucasfilms, and on June 30th, Indiana Jones fire. Are you an Indiana Jones fan? I'm a pretty big Indiana Jones fan.
I'm gonna get roasted. I don't even think I've watched like
Jeez,
the original
okay.
before.
Well, for me, like, so Indiana Jones is just like Raiders of the Lost Ark. I watched it at the cottage like 1,000 fucking times and everything like that. Obviously, the last movie didn't get perceived very well, and they're saying right now this is going to be her last hurrah. So after this is done, she's done.
I thought there was only 2 movies. How do you make that many? Is it always the same Indiana Jones? Is he always the same guy?
Yes!
He's been him that
Harrison
long?
Ford! Yes!
Damn.
Yeah,
I,
man.
I feel like that's just completely out of my world. I haven't seen much about I don't even know much about the plot. Um,
It's a dude with a whip
yeah,
that goes in on adventures and finds
that
things. It's
sounds
not that
racist.
hard.
That sounds racist.
No, so they're saying that this will be her project, her last project. So after Indiana Jones is done, there's rumors that she's going to be canned, which is
Nice.
June 30th of next year. But the other thing I want to get into is like, this is why I get really frustrated with the workings. I know this happens with all companies and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. Harrison Ford didn't want to do this. If anyone can remember, he did not want to do this. He had interviews and stuff like that where he said that he doesn't want to do Indiana Jones. And the dude's like fucking 80 now. There's no reason to bring him back. They forced him because what would have happened is they would have got another guy to play Indiana Jones.
Or a girl.
Well, thank you for fucking saying that because I'm getting real worried now because I'm reading articles saying that it's his goddaughter is gonna be the person that's like following him, right? So
Yeah, no shit. It's gonna be a girl.
she's the sidekick in the movie. He's really old. They're also using CGI on him, by the way, which I don't like at all. Like that just shows he shouldn't fucking be doing another movie for Indiana Jones. And the fourth movie, I did not like. It was not very good. That was with Shia LaBeouf as his sidekick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the one. I've seen clips of that.
Yeah, and it wasn't very great. Take it for what it is, I guess. I wasn't a massive fan of it. But it's like, so he's this old. You have to use CGI on him. So that has forced him in. And I have this funny feeling this is going to be a fuck you to everybody. And they're going to do something where he dies in the movie and she takes over as the new Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, they kind of did that with James Bond. Even though I liked the ending and how they finished it off, but sorry, spoilers, they kill him off, and then, yeah, and then at the same time, they already replaced him with a girl that was doing his job, which is fine, but it's just like, I don't know, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
No, fuck
You know
off.
what I
If
mean?
you don't replace him with, like, it is just like, why? It is like, there's zero reason.
Or just make your full new story, or like, okay, you're not 007,
Yeah.
but or you're not Indiana Jones. You kind of go off your own thing because you don't want. But that's what companies do. They like, okay, they say this is still Indiana Jones. This is still Star Wars. This is still the thing you love as a kid. So I hope you come watch it. And then you watch it, and it's just like they just fucked you over. They were just using the name. They're using your memories to fuck with you. And I just feel like everything's a money grab lately.
And everything they want to change. It's just, to me, it's like one of those things like, oh, guys, guess how well Ghostbusters did when they fucking remade it with a bunch of females? It was a fucking disaster. There's no reasons to touch classics just to bring women in or new characters in. You're right, to make fucking money and prove a point. There's no reason for it. And what ends up happening is it bombs. 99% of the time, it bombs. Right? When Charlie's Angels came back, bombed. It is just like, there's no reason to touch stuff. So really, in essence, it doesn't even have to do with like bringing in a female character. There's no reason to touch classics. That's all it is.
But that's all they're doing. Like Quentin Tarantino was even saying, like, if people are going to see movies, it's Star Wars or Marvel or Lord of the Rings or like, you know, something that's like a big name and it's a franchise.
Yeah.
And like it's from things people really loved and dorked on. People don't go to just go see like normal film movies that are like original anymore. And to be fair, it's because they don't really make much of them. And the ones that they do are like woke messes and just suck.
Well, I'm glad you said that too, right? And this is where my argument comes in. When I hear the argument, like, you guys look too hard and are too critical when it comes to Marvel and Star Wars and stuff. The reason why that you have to be critical about what these people make is because even though, like Quentin Tarantino said, that's what people are there to see. It's the biggest movies that are created and TV shows now. Everything they make is the biggest. Okay, on TV. On a television, it is the biggest watch for everybody. It just is. And when you don't make it very good, it's like, you guys are supposed to be the best. That's the whole point. When you bring Lord of the Rings back, when people are saying, like, I remember my buddy was saying that he was making fun of me. He's like, even if it's a fucking 9, you're gonna hate it. Yes, I'm gonna hate it if it's a 9, because you know what? You're taking something that is unbeatable. In my opinion, Lord of the Rings, my favorite thing ever. Lord of the Rings is a 10 out of 10. It is beautifully done. Should never have been touched. And I'm like, yes, if it is not perfect, I'm going to be pissed the fuck off, because you want to know why? Is because of how high of a tier they are at. And when you do stuff like Marvel and Star Wars, these things are so popular and so big and bring in so much money. You are the biggest thing. You have to put the quality in. And they just don't. Fuck, every time I think of Lord of the Rings, I just get so angry. It is just such a piss off. But yeah, so Kathleen Kennedy looks like she might be getting the boot, which I'm kind of happy. Maybe.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Star Wars. Like we said, though, with with Bob Iger, that is it going to change anything? They still have the team at Lucasfilms. Are they going to all be swept under the rug, or is it going to be one person? I don't know, but I just like the fact that they are making changes, slow pace changes, but hopefully that the changes start at
I'd like to hear
point.
more though. I'd like to a company will
No.
never come out and be like, we've been bad.
Yeah.
We're gonna be better again. But I feel like Disney and all this shit. Like we've been seeing so much like mid stuff. I feel like we deserve an explanation,
Yeah.
or like an apology, but we'll never get that.
No.
But hopefully things do change, and we just we hope for the best, because I love TV, I love movies, and I wish everything was amazing. But it's just like lately there's a small amount to be excited about. Yeah.
Shite. It's been fucking shite. But yeah, so Kathleen Kennedy out the door, and actually, do you know what else is coming out? You were a fan of Star Wars Fallen Order, isn't that what it's called? The game? You're a fan of that, right? Number 2, I think they're doing the Game Awards on December. They're coming out with a new trailer for the second. For the next game. So I'm fucking pumped about it. I liked that game a lot. I think even though like there's some things they could have changed or done better, I thought that was a pretty solid game.
It was a smooth game. I liked it.
Yeah, and you're not even a fucking video game player and you enjoyed it. So that's actually saying something for that, right? But like Star Wars, I think it's in just like a hole and it needs to be dug out, and I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll fucking see, I guess, right?
We'll see.
But no, we also got Avatar as well that happened this week. Someone was saying in an article that they're gonna be they have to become the either third or fourth highest grossing movie of all time to make a profit.
It's hard because even I think the director admitted like it's been so long since the old ones where he's worried like do people care about the story, and it's like honestly I think people remember it and they're like, oh, that looks cool, like I'll check it out, but they're not like hyped like, holy shit, we got to see the part 2 and how this all finished. Like there's probably a group of people, but like most people, they're just like, oh, an Avatar movie, well, it's been a while, you know what I mean? So I think it will do well, but I don't think it's gonna become like that. It's not gonna do crazy like that.
Well, think about this. Why did Avatar? What was the main reason why everyone wanted to go see Avatar when it came out?
Because it wasn't done before. It was like, like they just hyped it up. The visuals, but now it's like,
and now it's like, are you gonna be able to bring those? Because the thing is when they did it, the visuals were like, this is something I've never seen. They're so. I remember going to the theater and just be like, I thought it was high. Right? And it was just like it was so beautiful at the time. Are they able to do that again? Because really, in essence, when you think about it, the effects that we can do now, is it going to be any different than any other movie? And from the trailers and stuff like that, it looks good, but it doesn't look anything incredible. You know what I mean? Like what it did before. Yeah,
we're used to so much now.
Right? And it's like, is there something more to the table? Because really, in essence, I don't care that much about. It's like really, in essence, people came to your land and tried to take it, and you won. Like it's just that's really, in essence, the story in a very minuscule way.
And that type of story has been done like a bunch of times.
So what are they doing now, right? So it's like, do people give a fuck about Avatar? And the fact is, I highly doubt you're gonna have a ton of people running to go and watch this movie. And I have a funny feeling it's gonna hit them right in the wallet. I don't think this is going to be a blockbuster hit.
I think it's gonna be a good movie though.
I do
like
too. I do too.
I don't think it's gonna kill it like
Yeah.
money wise and stuff, but I think people are gonna watch it and be like, no, that was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Cause I watched the trailer and it
Looks
did
good.
hype me up and it did give me memories of the last one. And I was like thinking of the characters because I did like the story and what they told, and the whole aspect how you could like kind of your mind go into an avatar body, and I like that he pretty much became an avatar and now has a family.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just money wise, it's not like, oh my god, a new Marvel movie or a new this. Like it doesn't have that like potential hype. I don't think, at least.
No, I think you're right, and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere nice. I have a funny feeling that it's gonna be a one. I feel like it'll be like what Marvel is. The first week, everyone that wanted to go see it will go see it, and everyone else will just be like, I'll watch it at home. I'll wait for it to
Yeah.
come out. For me, I am not in a rush. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's just it. Trailer came out. Me and you, I think we did a reaction to it. Did we not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a reaction.
And they just had a few recent like more trailers come out that
Yeah, I
make it
saw
look
that.
good
Yeah.
as well.
I should have posted that in Discord. I forgot about that. But no, it's I don't know. And to ask or like to hope that it's gonna be a top 3 grossing movie of all time just to make a fucking profit.
Mhm.
That's pretty crazy to ask. You know what I mean? This is not something that it's like, oh, I hope we get like $700,000, $800,000. Like, no, we got to be like the top 3 movie of all time for gross. And it's like, I don't know if you're going to be able to hit something like that, especially in the climate that it is right now, where everything is fucking Disney.
Yeah,
So are you going to be able to punch out from that? Or are you going to be able to pull back? I don't think so.
we'll see.
I really don't. Okay, guys, I think we've had enough for tonight. I think we had a good discussion. We're going to be building on this discussion. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to do a 1-week discussion. Maybe we can pull it into 2. We'll see how much content comes out every week and stuff like that. We're also going to be trying to do it a little longer as well. So this week you'll get the full thing. We decided to keep it around an hour and a bit. We're also going to try and do maybe a segment afterwards that will be a part of our Discord, Patreon. Right? So in our Patreon, we'll have a second piece that our Patreon followers can go and watch afterwards. The second piece to our discussions. We're working on it right now, but this is something we're going to be doing every Friday. And we're going to be just discussing all the shit that happened throughout the week because Trevor and I need to get stuff out after everything.
And if you see other stories or topics that you would like to see our opinions
go
on,
in Discord.
just hit us in the comments. We could always add it to another one, right?
Yeah, exactly. We missed a ton of stuff. We work full-time jobs. It's hard to keep on top of everything. But no, we're going to be trying to do this discussion thing for you guys every Friday, and maybe we'll even break it into 2 pieces if we have time for that or if there's enough content to actually do. Another thing as well, we're wondering as well, or me especially, if you guys would be interested, let us know in the comments about streaming, right? Me and our old buddy, we used to stream and stuff like that, and with all these games coming out now, God of War just fucking came out. Haven't played it. Trevor has. Hopefully that was great. I'm still pissed off.
I still gotta finish, dude. It's so long, but I've been having so much fun when I'm playing it. It's sick.
I refuse to play until I have a PlayStation 5. So in the next, I don't know, decade when I get one, I'll be playing God of War Ragnarok. So, but no, we're gonna try and maybe do a stream on Saturdays, Saturday mornings. We're looking into it and stuff. If you guys would be interested in maybe a stream for this channel once a week, let us know in the comments down below. Because now we got God of War out, Evil West came out this week, and we got like Marvel Midnight Suns coming out. There's games coming out at the beginning of next year. Hogwarts Legacy, fuck me, thank you. I'm gonna be playing the shit out of that game. So that's like just we're trying to develop new things in this in this channel. We're trying to figure out new things and try new things out. So let us know in the comments what you guys think. We hope you enjoyed the discussion today. But before we leave, if you want to drop a like and subscribe down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. Bringing you content almost every day of the week. We also got Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon in the links down below. Until next time, guys. See you later.
See you guys.